Mounjaro weight loss plateau. Why are you not losing weight? Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Freddie. We've got today, I'm gonna give him one of my Zesty Paws. I'm linking these down in the description link below if you've got a fur baby. He's my co-host, Mr. Freddie will hopefully not leave while we're going through talking about part 2 of why you're not losing weight. The last video that I did on Mounjaro weight loss was, it did so well that I wanted to do a follow-up, particularly today in lieu of an article that just came out. I'm going to link it in the description link below. It's called The Ozempic Plateau. It's written by The Atlantic and it's written by Sarah Zhang. I will credit her and link all of that down below in addition to my blog article on countessofshopping.com following up with this, in addition to my take if you want to see it in an article format, in addition to this video too. So make sure you click subscribe, click like, and stay till the end because I got something special for you with some new upcoming things that you're also not going to want to miss. But let's dive into this weight loss plateau. In the first series of this video, I talked about my experience of losing 76 pounds in the last year on Mounjaro weight loss. Eli Lilly, the manufacturer of both Mounjaro and ZEPBOUND, they're the exact same thing, just different FDA approval. ZEPBOUND has FDA approval for chronic weight management or chronic obesity management, whereas Mounjaro has FDA approval for type 2 diabetes, but is frequently prescribed off-label for weight loss management and treatment, weight loss treatment plan. Let's dive into this article. It was released January 17th, 2024, which is actually today's date, and I'm releasing this video same day. I moved the schedule around because I thought that it was so interesting. And it goes on to talk about the latest weight loss drugs are hailed as game changers for obesity. They help melt the pounds off. Well, hello. But then it goes on to talk about in this article how eventually everyone hits a plateau. Like everyone is hitting a wall with GLP-1s like WEGOVY weight loss, Ozempic weight loss, although Ozempic's prescribed for type 2 diabetics just like Mounjaro, but there is off-label with that. ZEPBOUND, and then the compounds of semaglutide, semaglutide, or tirzepatide. So with that, there's weight loss triggers, and we've talked about this extensively in my Mounjaro weight loss free group and in the comments here on YouTube about how eventually it's going to stop. And eventually your body's weight loss triggers a set of powerful psychological changes in the body, which have evolved over millions of years. Everybody plateaus, says Jamie Ard, an obesity doctor from Wake Forest University, and everybody. So if you have not lost weight during a week, hello, I just came out of a weight loss stall before I lost several pounds to go down to my 76-pound weight loss. I kept getting, Elizabeth, you're not losing weight. Elizabeth, you're not losing weight. And I'm like, yes, but it was during the holidays. And also I have a family member who's been in and out of the hospital and I'm their primary caretaker. So several reasons as to why, but also take those away. I didn't gain weight during the holidays. That for me right there was decades worth of victories. I'm like, usually during the holidays, anyone else, tell me in the comments below. Usually during the holidays, I'd gain at least 10 pounds, if not more, if we're keeping it honest. And so with that, it goes on to say for WEGOVY, it's after losing on average 15%, usually more than a year into starting the drug. It goes on to say for ZEPBOUND, this is also Mounjaro because they're exact same formularity, just different FDA classifications from Eli Lilly, the manufacturer. It's about 20%. These numbers are high, then it's sustainable through diet and exercise alone. But also they did not reach 30% achievable via the gold standard of bariatric surgery. So bariatric surgery has that 30% weight loss with it. The differences matter because, and by the way, Eli Lilly and ZEPBOUND does say after, I want to make sure I get this fact straight, and I'm going to correct myself if I get it incorrect. I'll put it in the description link below after I fact check myself because science does matter here at Countess of Shopping and giving you accurate facts really does matter to me, and fact checking myself is very important to me. But I'm pretty sure it's at the 80-week mark. Again, if that is not correct, I will correct myself in the description link below. But at the 80-week mark, it's 25% weight loss. So this article is saying it's 20%, which is confusing to me because it's actually through ZEPBOUND clinical trials, it's actually 25%. So let me double check that. Again, in my article, I will also make sure it's updated in the description and on countessofshopping.com, my blog that has over 50 plus articles on Mounjaro, WEGOVY, weight loss, ZEPBOUND, all of that. So it says these differences matter because they suggest the level of the weight loss plateau. So if you're having a weight loss plateau is not permanently fixed. recent advances in understanding gut hormones that these drugs are designed to mimic, hint the possibility of even more powerful weight loss drugs. Scientists are now testing ways to push the plateaus down further, a drug that could one day be more effective than bariatric surgery. Now, I've seen some stats, and again, science matters here at Countess of Shopping, that are saying that over the long term that actually Mounjaro and ZEPBOUND are doing better than bariatric surgery. I need to fact check myself, but this is interesting to me because it's saying that it's not. But I'm wondering how long term, that's my question for this article. Atlantic, answer my question. How long are they talking comparing apples to apples, like the bariatric surgery versus taking Mounjaro and ZEPBOUND? And people ask me all the time, how long do you plan to take Mounjaro or ZEPBOUND? Until my doctor tells me not to. And at this point, I have no intentions. Like the rest of my life, I plan on taking. We've talked ethically in other videos about, like, are there ethical studies being done to see how people can get off of these GLP-1 medications? But that's totally a video for a different day. Let's go back to the article on weight loss plateaus and weight stalls with Mounjaro and ZEPBOUND. All of this raises the unsettled question, how much weight to lose is enough, says Jonathan Campbell, who studies gut hormones at Duke. In studies, even 5 to 15% of weight loss can substantially reverse high blood pressure, which I'm going to insert in there, Countess of Shopping insert in there. If you are on blood pressure medication, this is why having routine doctor's visits and checkup appointments is so important. This video is sponsored by Join Fridays, my telehealth company that I work with. Making sure that you're working with a telehealth company for me has been a game changer in terms of my weight loss. I don't believe I would be where I am with my Mounjaro weight loss. I'm on 15 milligrams, lost 76 pounds in the last year. If it had not been for Join Fridays, they've made it so easy to get my prescription. I fill my prescription here at a local pharmacy in rural Virginia, but they're the only telehealth company, to my understanding and my knowledge, that offers both compounds or name brands, like name brand Mounjaro, name brand ZEPBOUND, name brand WEGOVY, name brand Ozempic if you qualify for as a type 2 diabetic for Ozempic. But they also offer semaglutide, semaglutide, and tirzepatide. If your insurance does not cover those, Join Fridays during your appointment, your video chat with the healthcare provider, you can then talk about compounds as an option doing self-pay. Their self-pay options are phenomenal. I'll link down my article, The Best Telehealth Company, down below in the description. I go on to elaborate, like you can see prices on their website before you even set up a telehealth visit. It's a membership plan, which you pay month to month in there, which is standard, by the way, for all telehealth companies, is the similar business model on that. I love Join Fridays because it is a startup. The owners truly do care about obesity management, chronic obesity management, type 2 diabetics. They sincerely, from a family heart standpoint, I have never been treated with such respect as I have been with this company in terms of my health. And that is a profound statement because I'm bougie. And so I want to encourage you, go check out Join Fridays if you're thinking about switching or looking for a telehealth company, or your health insurance company is like, we need prior authorization. Join Fridays has a insurance concierge, which is amazing to help you walk through the insurance process. If insurance does not pay for it, then they do have that compound option through third-party tested compound pharmacies that would get shipped straight to you. Obviously, with shipping, like right now we're in the middle of a snow and ice storm here in Virginia. Shipping is going to change as a result of that. So just keeping that in mind, that it takes a hot second to ship medications. So you may hear my son screaming because we're here on snow day today and he's playing NFL football game. Okay, let's go back to the article. So talking about weight loss plateaus, it says even studies as 5 to 15% substantially reverse blood pressure, which is why at Join Fridays, I love them because they make me get blood work and they make me do things I probably wouldn't do. And I appreciate that. And you know why they make me do that? Because they care. And they know that my blood work took like 2 seconds to go do. But gosh, I was so happy to see all of my blood work, like my sugar levels, like I was so happy, my A1C. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I'm so happy, by the way, so happy. So it says, yet a patient that starts at 375 pounds with a BMI of 60 still might find themselves ineligible for joint replacement that requires a BMI below 40. It's a flawed BMI maybe. Or simply you want to look thinner. Weight loss drugs has reopened thorny questions about how they should be used. Pharmaceutical companies are racing ahead to develop more powerful ones. So your brain, this is where I think it's most important for the weight loss plateau. And if you've made it this far, say in the comments, I made it this far. I want to know if you've made it this far in the video. Your brain doesn't know that you're trying to lose weight on purpose. Once it notices, it thinks it's doing something wrong. And then your body tries very, very, very hard to compensate. Now, if you follow, and I talked a lot about Clokey in our comments, who's one of our most amazing commenters here at Countess of Shopping. I love all comments. Put your comments down below. I may not respond to all of them, but I do read all of them. And Clokey has said the exact same thing, that your body is trying hard to compensate with that. It says, first of all, you become hungrier, obviously, but not just because you want to eat as much as you did before. You actually want to eat more than prior to losing weight. With every 1 kilogram that you lose, your appetite goes up above a baseline of 90 or so calories per day, says Kevin Hall, who studies metabolism with National Institutes of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases. At the same time, your body looks for ways to conserve energy. Your muscles work more efficiently, for example, Ard says. So walking normally burned 100 calories might only burn 90 calories. My friends, are you getting a light bulb above your head like I did when I read this article? I'm like, oh, we've been talking about weight loss plateaus in the first series of the videos, which I'll link down in the description link below. But this is explaining the science behind what you and I both have been experiencing through our weight loss stalls. By making you want to eat more and burning fewer calories, your body eventually able to slow down weight loss to 0. Here is your plateau. This is all told a remarkably elegant and robust system if you want to do is maintain your weight. If you're in fact trying to lose more weight, hello, I'm on a 100-pound weight loss journey. I've lost 76 pounds. And realistically, this is the first time I've ever said this on camera, but realistically, I probably need to lose 125 pounds. I've been very embarrassed. I'm like want to cry right now. I've been too embarrassed to say it, and I've been somewhat ashamed that I need to lose that level, but it's true. So I'm going to start rephrasing that I'm on a 125-pound weight loss journey. I'm shaking, like literally like I'm shaking right now. And my emotional support dog does not even care. Hello. He's like, I'm sleeping, Mom. Leave me alone. Do you have another biscuit? Okay, I said it there. I said it. Now it's out there in the world. So now you know that my secret. I need to lose probably like another 50 pounds realistically. So it says, if you're let's go back to the article. By the way, Sarah Zhang is the one who wrote this article from The Atlantic. Brilliant writing, by the way. She says that the same diet, the same exercise routine, the drug which you were losing weight will seem to have stopped working. They have not. This is exactly what we've been talking about. This is so helpful, by the way. It's saying that it's not, the drug is not that it's not working. If they actually did stop working, you would be regaining weight. But your body is now fighting so hard against the weight loss that it requires persistent effort to keep the weight off, Hall says. Should you ease up, the weight will start coming back as seen in yo-yo dieting and regain after stopping WEGOVY or ZEPBOUND or Mounjaro. The only way to get past the plateau is up to the intensity or number of interventions. Doctors might recommend, for example, bariatric surgery and the weight loss drug. But in the future, novel drugs may be able to pharmaceutically up the intensity. The progression from WEGOVY is more effective. ZEPBOUND has in fact already brought us one step closer. Right? Because we know that slightly higher results come from ZEPBOUND and Mounjaro, Eli Lilly's, whereas Novo Nordisk, WEGOVY and Ozempic are slightly lower. So WEGOVY and ZEPBOUND both belong in a class of drugs. Those are obesity, chronic obesity management drugs. Both belong in a class of drugs that mimic a gut hormone called GLP-1. Both of these drugs bind GLP-1 receptors in the brain, which seem to reduce hunger. ZEPBOUND goes a step further though. It can bind receptors for a second gut hormone called GIP. Years ago, researchers of the bariatric surgery changes the balance of gut hormones in the body, including GLP-1 and GIP. This, and not just physical shrinking of the stomach, is now understood to be a key driver of weight loss to the point of bariatric surgery called metabolic surgery. The observations inspired research into drugs that target not just GLP-1, but also GIP and other hormones. Essentially, they're performing metabolic surgery with a drug rather than a scalpel. Exactly why ZEPBOUND outperforms WEGOVY is still unclear. which by the way, that's super fascinating for me, and that's a video for another day, so make sure you click that subscribe and like button. One obvious hypothesis is that it mimics the gut hormone, the second gut hormone, the more hormonal pathways to influence perhaps more body parts and it affects, and more weight loss it triggers. And a recent clinical trial of retatrutide, we've talked about retatrutide before, and I probably mispronounced that, please forgive me, retatrutide, a further modified derivative of ZEPBOUND that mimics a third hormone called glucagon, glucagon. It's demonstrated even greater weight loss of 24% at the highest dose. Now, we have talked about retatrutide before because we know that gastrointestinal issues with ZEPBOUND, WEGOVY, Mounjaro are constipation, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and so I just would imagine for a higher drug like that, what would be the side effects of those? We will see as they're going still through clinical trials. Okay, so the second hypothesis suggests that the difference between WEGOVY and ZEPBOUND still goes back to GLP-1. Both drugs bind the receptor. They tickle it slightly differently, setting off slightly different chain reactions. WEGOVY seemed to activate some of the cellular machinery that acts as a brake, possibly limiting its efficacy. This suggests another strategy for fine-tuning gut hormone drugs. Companies have so far focused in on design one drug that binds multiple hormone receptors, like key opening 3 different locks. It's practical choice, Campbell says, because trying to study 3 separate new drugs in clinical trials would be a logistical nightmare. But the article, it continues to go on to say that optimal combination for weight loss might actually require individual keys that can jigger individual receptors in just the right way that is double or triple combination of drugs. Okay, so it's going on, and it's going on to talk about eventually maybe possible increasing the GLP-1 dosage, right? Like right now we know ZEPBOUND and Mounjaro stop at 15 milligrams. I have an article talking about WEGOVY's highest dose. These drugs, and this is what I was just alluding to, it talks about severe nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting. So that's where the concern is. If you have a higher dose, can your tummy tum-tum take those side effects with them? Which that's why the doses stop where they are, is my understanding. And this is what it's going on to say. Novo Nordisk is trialing the drug WEGOVY up to 16 milligrams a week, more than 6 times the current maximum dose. By the way, can you imagine being in that test study? Holy gazolies. Okay. Tinkering with other gut hormone pathways could also help side effects. GIP receptors, for example, are found neurons whose activation might suppress nausea, meaning like less nausea with that, which may be a part why ZEPBOUND seems to have slightly milder side effects. So if you're on WEGOVY versus ZEPBOUND, this is what it's talking about slightly milder side effects. We talked about this in my free Mounjaro weight loss group, that you can ask your doctor, again, if you're with Join Fridays, the telehealth company that I'm obsessed with, you can ask them to prescribe anti-nausea medication. Is it Zofran? A bunch of our group members were talking about this, and like it's easy to get a prescription for that if you're having extreme nausea, something to talk about with your healthcare provider. So ZEPBOUND is likely the first of many leveling up from single activated GLP-1 drugs. Even the science advances no safe method of losing weight can eliminate weight loss plateau. So it's saying like that's going to happen. So if you're having a weight loss plateau, pat yourself on your back. You're normal. Like we're supposed to have those. I mean that like it's saying like everyone is having those. You wouldn't want to keep losing weight indefinitely, but the more lose more weight, pharmaceutical companies are betting on the market for that. With obesity drugs projected to be a $100 billion industry by 2023, so just in 6 short years, by the way. They're eager for a slice of that massive pie. The dollar signs are big. That article to me is fascinating. Well done. The Atlantic today, it just literally came out. You have breaking news here always at countessofshopping.com and here at Countess of Shopping on YouTube, of where we talk about all things Mounjaro, WEGOVY, and GLP-1 related for our weight loss journeys. So I've got a couple things here today that I told you if you stayed till the end, I would let you know on some cool stuff. And I want to tell you some cool stuff. One, I like to do at the end of my videos, my top 5 products that I'm using today from Amazon. You guys know I absolutely love Amazon. And one of them first is their huge sale that they're having going on right now. My non-dish detergent just ended. Somebody keeps driving back and forth past my house, and I'm surprised the dog's not barking at them. I'm like, why are they driving back and forth? So this just came. They have paper towels, Bounty paper towels, Tide detergent. It's by $80 worth of certain like things. I'll link it down below. Get a $20 Amazon.com promotional gift card. So it's these things. I use these so much for my meal prep. Paper towels, Dawn dish detergent, oil of Olay skincare, Pampers diapers, pull-ups. So anyways, those are all part of it. Again, you have to get the certain ones, but like, hello, the Tide Pods are the ones I would have bought anyway. So that is on sale today. That's one of my Amazon finds. Second is the Fullstar chopper. I've shown you guys this a whole bunch, but I bought actually a second one because it was ridiculously on sale. I don't know if it's still going to be ridiculously on sale, but I use this so much for meal prep for vegetables, fruits, eggs, proteins. Like you can make so many great salads. You can literally make a salad within this. It's on sale right now. Next, we talked about this in my free Mounjaro weight loss encouragement group, which is linked down below, which is the Renpho Smart Tape Body Measure. I talk about it all the time. I'm obsessed with it. If you're having a weight stall, using that Smart Tape Measure is like the best thing because you can still see you're losing inches even if the scale's not moving. But this is where it's cool. The three of these trifecta together, the Renpho Smart Measuring Tape, the Renpho Scale, it's all in one app. So you don't have 500 different apps to like track these things. Your weight can be in the Renpho app. The Renpho Smart Tape Measurement can go in that Renpho app. And then now I just bought this because a group member in the free group, which is why that group is hotter than hot, was talking about the blood pressure measure also goes into that app. Let me close my mouth. So if you're tracking your blood pressure, this is super helpful because it all sinks into one place. And then my final thing that I'm completely obsessed with that I just bought also today, and it literally just came out, I was like waiting for it to show you guys in this video, is the electric mason jar vacuum. I bought this because another influencer was talking about it and the influencer influenced me. It seals mason jars. So I can do fruit and then put the lid on it and it keeps allegedly strawberries and like raspberries and fruit and stuff up to like 2 weeks. Or the woman, to be fair, she did kale and it was like weeks by using this and sealing the mason jar lids. You put it in the refrigerator. It's not like Picklegate on TikTok. Did you guys see that with Keith Lee from like last year or whatever? This is, it's not like you need to still put it in the refrigerator, but this seals the lids on them. So you'll see these in my upcoming Mounjaro What I Eat in a Day. If you guys have not watched those episodes, those of course are in my playlist. So we have a little thing here at Countess of Shopping where you put an emoji down below. That tells me that you've made it this far in the video. It helps me to get to know you better, number one. And number two, I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I will send you positive energy. Today's emoji is a heart. If you put a heart down below in the comments, I'll know exactly that you've made it this far. It's like our secret code word. It's like our Batman, like, I see you, that you've made it this far in the video. So, and I will pray over you. If you don't believe in that, I'll uplift you in positive thoughts. And Mr. Freddie and I, do you have Mr. Freddie any words to say? I don't think so. I think he's like, lady, you walked me for a mile today. I would have liked to have 2 walks. I'm going to go lift weights right after this. That's what we're going to go do. So my sweet friends, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessings because life is delicious, and use the code QUEEN over at Join Fridays for that telehealth company as well. My favorite one. Talk to you guys soon. Bye guys.